I know. I know. Right. Okay, so you see where his head's at there, right? Where is it? Right by his back, right? By his back, right? Now,
The tighter you keep this, the better it is.
see there? Now, what would I be doing there? Punching him in the back. Punching him in the back. Why? I don't know. That technique there, you have to be perfect when you're doing it. Right? One slip up. Now, until then, he's basically keeping his hand away from it, right? I guess he is. But right there, he's touching his back, right? That's a point for me, right? Because self-defense, okay, ain't the same as point fighting, right? When you're sparring with someone, you can hit anywhere from the belt up, right? You can't even hit him, though, in the back, right? It wouldn't be a point, right? but anywhere in the front, and you can't always score with a jab either, right? It's got to be a valid reverse punch with the jab combination, right? I remember that too. It's better to do a jab reverse punch, right? Or even if you want to hit him in the face, use a reverse punch to the face, right? Than a jab alone, right? That won't get you a point, right? And I don't even know if you can hook them off the front, but I know. That too's got to be off the back, I think, right? If I remember correctly, sure. Those ain't the tournament scene since the 80s either. Though we were a part of the 80s tournament scene, right? We even went up to Virginia and Ohio, like I said, right? Way ho, way to go, Ohio. I think that's Chrissy Hines, right? That's all I gotta do for fair use. It is. And applause for music or anything that's copyrighted. No. If I'm using it to educate you. And what's the educational part? There you might say, well, I went back to Ohio where my journey began. Or I went up to Ohio while in the karate circuit. And because of the song, coincidentally, I can use the lyrics to say, oh, I went up to Ohio where my journey began. And then I'm parodying it. But I can also teach you the original lyrics, which are, I went back to Ohio where my journey began, right? And then I can sing it like Chrissy too, so I can impersonate her, right? And teach you how to impersonate her, right? Then I can teach you to do it in your own voice, right? Because it's educational, right? See, educational in music means I'm teaching you how to sing something, right? If it's a song and it's sung by another human being, I'm teaching you to do something like the other human being, right? And sound like them. Now, ain't that how you learned to sing in school? I'm a little teapot. We all sing it together now, right? I'm teaching you how to sing it back together again, right? When you're trying to tell your artist, oh, only you can sing the song. No. If I'm educating people on how to sing a song, I can teach you how to sing the song, right? Like you. Like we did in school. Except we're singing your song now. Under educational purposes and fair use and copyright law. Which is what I was taught and how to use it if I want to use it that way. And I don't need your permission under fair use. Why? Because your album has 11 tracks, right? If I'm using 10% of your total material, right? if it has 10 or 11 tracks, I can use one song free. Mm-hmm. And the rest, I have to sample however long the song is, right? True. There's two ways I can do it, right? If you have 10 tracks on an album, right, I can use one of the tracks, right, for free, right? I can also, if I'm critiquing it, use 6 seconds per minute, right? Per song, right? On the album to critique the album too, right? That's 10%, right? Total, right? But that gives me only 6 seconds per minute, right? Per song. If the song's like, say, under 3 minutes, I get like 12 seconds. If it's more than 3 minutes, I get 18, 24, right? However long it is, right? Like Bohemian Rhapsody is 5 minute song. I know. But if Queen's first album had 10 tracks, I can pick one of the songs and teach you it for free, right? Plus it's released in public domain, right? Which is free to the public, right? Right. See, another thing you're forgetting is when you release something in public domain, you're saying people can listen to it whenever they want, in public or private. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You forget that part of the law. Even if it's a copyrighted song, once you put it in public domain and you can listen to it in public or private, right? What that means on the radio, right? That song is no longer copyrighted fully, right? It's free to the public, right? Anyone in the public can sing it then too. That's why you let people do karaoke on it, right? Why do you think you do that in a bar, right? That's still public. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But why do you think you let them do it? Because a lot of people want to sing, right? Bohemian Rhapsody, right? And sing like Freddie Mercury, right? That's why you do it. That's why you do it. It makes you money. It makes you money. And it's kind of a watery down version anyway. It's not like, you know. I know I murdered Hotel California that one night, but that was because it was something off with it. I couldn't quite hear the songwriting, right? It sounded so different. I had to sing it in a different key or a different sound. Whatever it was about that karaoke machine, it threw me off. It just threw you off. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would have done better to sing it a cappella without it. On the dark desert highway, going in my head, warm smell of colitas rising up to the air. That's just spot on there, right? I'm playing the little freestyle, right? That's not Henley's voice. That's not Henley's voice. Unless he auto-tuned it. You didn't auto-tune it, did you? See, I'm asking him. I don't know. You didn't auto-tune your own singing voice, did you? That's a reporter's question, which is another way you can use it, right? For fair use, right? So there I'm teaching how to impersonate what I heard on the radio a cappella, right? Without the music, right? Most of my songs on YouTube were how a cappella without the music. So they're all what? Educational, right? From J1 Lucky on, they should all still be up. And they're all legal fair use because all of them are a cappella, teaching you how to impersonate your favorite artist. And I said that several times as what I'm doing. And you don't have a choice. You can't make a law to contradict the law that's already in existence, right? The law says I can do that. It never didn't say that, right? You're trying to make a law to undo the law that already exists. You can't do that, right? The older law still stands, right? Then you're purposely doing that, right? To break the old law. See, it's like thou shalt not kill does apply to children born or not born in the womb yet, right? But David did it. Why do you think one of his sons oddly died 7 days later, after he was born. Mm-hmm. There's only one test in the Bible that might could do that. The test if your wife was faithful. Mm-hmm. Now, this is what you do. You get water. Mm-hmm. Dust from the tabernacle, which was in existence at that time, right? And you put it in the water, and she drinks it. Now, question is, I know, did David suspect the child was his or Uriah's? Mm-hmm. Now, what would David do, right, to both Uriah and the child to make sure they were his? Right? Make Bathsheba drink the water with the dust from the tabernacle in it to make sure the child was his. And if after 7 days he died, right, he wasn't his. But if he made it to the 8th day, he was his. He was his. That's called today an abortion, right? Because you're putting dust 7 days in a row to see if the child is yours or not, so that it may die if it's not, right? In other words, that's David's way of making sure it wasn't Uriah's child, who he also, like himself, put in the thickest part of the battle to see if he could handle himself if he was to become king. Because David unproved himself, right? Battle after battle, war after war. He's the current king of Israel. And this nice lady, fine lady, right, who's gorgeous as hell, is the only woman bold enough or dumb enough to fuck with King David. No one ain't gonna see her ass naked. But don't see it that way now, Christians. Don't face the truth of what that really means, right? According to the law of Moses as well. But David also knew, whether it was Uriah's child or not, it's a child, right? It's not the child's fault what the parents were trying to do, right? And it still made him look like an adulterer. It still made his children act all kind of crazy. Amnon tried to rape Tamar, right? Absalom wanted to kill him for it. You understand, right? He raped his own half-sister, right? And then, right, he slept with his 10 virgins in Jerusalem, right? All cause of one woman, right? David let into his household, right? Who he just had sex with and turned up pregnant immediately, which is strange, right? But the only way you can test it is the dust in the water test, right? And if it kills the child, right, that's an abortion. That's an abortion. Only the dust and water served as what killed the child because it accumulates in the mother's stomach, right? Dust. Does dust go in breast milk? No. But if it does, what would it do to the child's stomach as it's drinking the milk, right? Cut it all up. See, the thing about dust is it's so fine of a particle, if it gets into the bloodstream of the mother, right, and goes through her body and don't affect her, but it does affect the child, right, and gets into the breast milk, right, part of what you're feeding the child is what you're eating, right? You're digesting it through your body, right? Well, dust is fine, right? It's like little fine things of sand, right? If it gets into your bloodstream and goes throughout your body, you might can survive it for 7 days. But a newborn, right, drinking that milk every day, would die. And if you know that's what you're doing, possibly killing the child, that's an abortion, right? To make sure the child was yours and not Uriah's, right? Now, you ain't going to hear this on Sunday morning TV. You ain't going to hear this in the church. They don't want to see what David was really doing there, right? Now, how many prophets of Israel really withstood the king? Not a lot of them, because most of them got killed. You don't think David had Nathan to tell all that too? Right. No. And the story seems like something David would say too, doesn't it? Right. There was this dude who had an ewe lamb. Now David's familiar with ewe lambs. He knows a few ewe lambs. About 16, 17 before my ewe. Right? I don't know the number. I don't know the number. You count it. You count it. Right? He had 2 with Abigail and another girl. Right? After Naaman, right? Or whatever his name was, but no boss, no whatever it was. All that. But see, I'm up on other things. I'm up on the Bible, I'm up on religion, I'm up on karate, self-defense, right? I'm up on current events, right? That's more than one thing, right? That's multitasking, right? But my physical problem is a real problem. It's a real problem, not the mental to me, right? So I'm telling you, I'm probably more bipolar. Here I'm up at midnight, after midnight, right? Still doing videos, right? But sitting in the chair all day, relaxing.